Pregame.com.
Welcome back to Pregame.tv. I'm Marco D'Angelo. He's Ken Thomson. I'm doing this video because we have to do the Sunday night video. I'm doing it under protest. I'm just saying that right now. I want to give a big FU to the Houston Texans. Okay. I just want to, made me smash another one of my remotes last week. I buy remotes by the
Jersey
case.
boy, Matt Schaub, let you down. Another Jersey boy, disappointing.
I got to tell you, Ken, I've never seen a game where, listen to these stats. You tell me how in God's name you find a way to lose this game. Total yardage was 476 to 270. First downs were 29 to 15. Time of possession was 39-31. Yeah, that's more than a normal game. They went into overtime. And you're playing at home. You have a 20-point lead. How do you lose that game?
Crazy things happen, but yeah, that's one that no matter how many times you watch it, and Matt Schaub will not live it down. And for somebody like J.J. Watt to be that outspoken during an interview, I mean, he had to cut it short. He was ticked because he suffered the nose injury. And
J.J. Watt's intimidating to begin with. I mean, just seeing him in a suit jacket, you're like trembling. But to see him with the blood rolling down his face and his nose all screwed up,
old school.
It is like, oh, man, I better not throw another interception. Wow. He's going to sack me. But I look at this game and, I'll be the first to admit, I haven't got untracked in college football yet this year, but, knock on wood, the NFL, we've been just killing it. The last 2 weeks, I'm 6-1 in the NFL. This was the only game I lost, and it happened to be my biggest play of last week's card in the NFL. So it was a very frustrating loss. Now, moving forward, we fast forward to this week. They go to San Francisco. You're playing, a team that was in the Super Bowl last year, obviously. You got a team that had 3 extra days to prepare because they played last week. You had a team that's coming off, a great game. They dominated St. Louis. Does Houston have a shot going out to San Francisco?
They do, and here's why. They're going to look at the way that the Colts, a team from the AFC South, beat San Francisco. Great running effort by Bradshaw and Richardson, and even Donald Brown, a couple carries in there. And they're going to realize, we've got Foster and Tate. We may be able to run the ball down their throat.
Foster and Tate, again, let me vent again. Why were they not running the ball? There's only a little over 2 minutes to play.
Makes no sense.
2 minutes left in the game. You've got the lead. You've totally dominated this team the entire football game.
Easy. The blood pressure. Easy.
I can't take this video anymore.
You better make it official before
I'm going to
blow a gasket again.
I'll have a stroke on air. We want to talk about RJ will be pushing the video viral.
Exactly.
Marco has a stroke on live. Watch it now.
I'll be tweeting it.
Let's make it official, guys. All right, Houston goes to San Francisco, Sunday Night Football. You know what? When things are as ugly as it was last week, the way that game ended, I think the best thing for Matt Schaub is to get out of Dodge. Go on the road. Because you know what? You expect to be booed on the road. When you're getting booed in your own ballpark, that's devastating for the psyche, of an athlete. Nobody likes to get booed, but when you're booed by your own fans, it's bad. And last week, man, they were calling for his head. I heard a story today, just to get sidetracked. I'll pull a Fezzik here. We'll go sidetrack. On Mike and Mike today, they talked about there's a restaurant in Houston. Now, you would expect this in another city, but there's a restaurant in Houston. You can get a burger. It's called the Matt Schaub. And you order the burger. You get the pick 6 toppings for the burger. Nice. I'm actually would be interested in that, but that's another story for another day. I think Houston can go out there and handle this game. Let's look at the facts. Defensively, Houston has dominated every team they've played this year. You look at the stats of every game, you think this team should have been 4-0, 3-1 at worst. But they were involved in 2 close wins and then a close loss, and then somehow they got blown out by Baltimore. But the statistics don't show those type of games. They're going to get it done here in San Francisco. And let's not forget, San Francisco, they didn't suddenly right the ship last week against St. Louis. That was a bad St. Louis club that was banged up. They're one-dimensional. They cannot run the football at all. And if you can't run the football, then San Francisco's going to hog-tie you. They know you're going to be throwing the football. They're coming at you. And Sam Bradford's not a quarterback that can carry a team by himself passing the ball. He needs balance. He misses having Stephen Foster back in the or Steven Jackson, I'm sorry, in the backfield. I look for Houston to go out there. Green Bay moved the ball at will on San Francisco. And then the other two games, San Francisco, Indianapolis, and Seattle, both dominated them in the games. What's changed for San Francisco? Actually, they've lost players. I like Houston to go in here, keep this game close, go right down to the wire. And I got to say, as bad as Houston looked last week and as good as San Francisco looked last week, why did the Vegas odds maker hang a 6.5 for the opening number? Why didn't they go ahead and make it the full touchdown? To me, they're just giving you that little nudge. They want you to go the San Francisco direction. I'm not buying it. I'm taking Houston. I'm going to take what I feel is the better team. I've got an offense that can run the ball. As Ken said, give me a lot of Foster and Tate and pound it at San Francisco. I'll take the points here. We're going to go with Houston. Goes right down to the wire. Let's call the upset. Houston 24-23.
There you go. Hey, I could see it. And like you said, best thing to do, get away from home, go somewhere where it's the team concept, us against the world effort.
Absolutely. All right, we've got one more football game left for the videos this week. We're going to go to actually another Sunday night football game.
A late Sunday night game. Yeah. Actually, early morning for the folks on the East Coast.
True, and I don't know if I'd want to be in a black hole this late at night.
No.
That's up next. We're going to Oakland. We're going to take a look at San Diego Superchargers against the Oakland Raiders. We'll be right back. Pregame.tv.